Well, as we know,
The worst performance in the NBA history. And LeBron is a thumbnail. And I don't know, Skepta's the hate. Skepta is the #1 LeBron hater. So I'm curious to see what he means.
well, as we know, countless media sycophants, a delusional inner circle, and even the narcissistic, self-proclaimed king himself have been touting LeBron James as the GOAT since the 2016 NBA Finals when the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Golden State Warriors. James, for his own pathetic part, continues to...
Today was media day, and watching LeBron and Bronny on this, like, at the same interview at the same time was kind of crazy.
Drone on endlessly at every opportunity as to how he is the greatest player of all time. We know, for instance, that he calls himself that.
Bro.
G-O-A-T. What are you talking about?
We know he makes his wife call him that.
The GOAT, respectfully, LeBron James.
And recently, he disclosed his son can also call him that.
No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Bron. Okay. Or, GOAT if he want to.
I like though, LeBron does actually in his head think he's a GOAT, but now that he's in year 22, I feel like obviously he's definitely in the GOAT conversation, but he might be the GOAT. Once again, Kobe is my GOAT. I always have to reiterate this because Kobe is the GOAT, but
It's up to him. It's up to him.
But all of the smoke and mirrors and revisionist history by the media, hell, not even one of those Men in Black flashy mind eraser thingies can make the 2011 NBA Finals series disappear. It was in that...
So Skip Attack, right? It's Skip Bayless' son. It's making sense. Skip Attack, this is Skip's burner.
Fateful series, the biggest choke job in NBA history, that is, where at the age of 27,
Bro, look at LeBron's hairline at the age of 27. My hairline at the age of 23 is fucked, bro. And I'm starting to get sad.
LeBron's GOAT case declaratively ended once and for all. Of course, it was in the summer of 2010, following yet another premature flameout in the NBA playoffs by LeBron, following yet another undeserving regular season MVP, one that should have went to Kobe Bryant, when LeBron and Dwayne Wade, after watching Bryant win yet another NBA title, decided to collude against their teams and join forces in Miami.
I remember cutting my TV off as soon as Kobe ran and grabbed that ball. I was like, LeBron. All right. So what you gonna do? We got summer free agency. Kobe was winning all these rings. I was like, wait, hold on.
So they plotted against Kobe?
Oh, and now he got 5 and we got 1? Like, no.
A pairing of, at the time, the 2 best players in the league other than Kobe Bryant. But that wasn't all. They also recruited and brought in Chris Bosh that summer while he was coming off of a year where he averaged 24 points and 11 rebounds per game, finishing 4th in league-wide player efficiency rating. The team was so...
Let me be real. When I was young, I thought that Chris Bosh just spawned out of nowhere. I didn't know he was in the Raptors or whatever. I thought he just spawned out of nowhere with the Heat.
Impossibly stacked, it was the Heat who were the preseason odds-on favorite to win the NBA title that season, not the Lakers, who were coming off of 3 consecutive finals appearances.
Just like Pau Gasol, I thought he just spawned on the Lakers.
It was the Heat who threw a preseason championship party where LeBron, Wade, and Bosh rose up out of the stage during a damn pyrotechnics concert. And it was Bron in that little preseason title party who felt such an overwhelming amount of confidence he would declare the Heat would win not just 1 title,
not 5, not 6, not 7.
And it was
and then he puts a LeBron. Come on, Skip Attack. How much? LeBron got 4. I think he's gonna end up with 5 with the Lakers. One more with the Lakers.
Then the Heat that steamrolled through the JV Eastern Conference playoffs, going 12-3,
and the East is
winning
still JV.
all 3 of those series, 4-1, easily dispatching every team along their way.
The East is still JV.
The number 1 seed in the playoffs that season,
Derrick Rose,
the
he just
Chicago
retired.
Bulls, along
Respect,
with
man.
league MVP Derrick Rose. No team should have been any match for this unbeatable super team, and the Heat accordingly stormed into the NBA Finals against a severely undermanned Dallas Mavericks squad with only
This
one
team
All-Star on it.
swept
3
the Lakers,
Hall of
bro.
Famers in their absolute primes, all perennial
was sad.
All-Stars coming into that series, and LeBron James coming off of 2 league MVPs in a row. The Heat would take a 2-1 series lead en route to capturing LeBron's long-awaited first NBA championship. But not so fast, because of course James would accordingly take a colossal dump in his pants throughout the entire series. But that, as they
Wait,
say,
how bad
is a
did he
story
perform?
for another day.
I know he choked, but
More
how bad was it?
specifically for this video, let's spotlight that Game 4 steamer in particular, a game which constitutes the worst game ever played in NBA history. A moment where
like
if
that?
you had to pinpoint one amid a 21-year career, that is the decisive reason LeBron is not and never will be anywhere near any GOAT conversations, this would be the game. Again, the Miami
Scap attack. Come on, bro. Like, we get the hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get it. It's cool to hate LeBron. It's funny to hate LeBron. I even hate on him. He's on my team, the Lakers. But at some point, you can't just say, like, he's not, like, in the GOAT conversation. Like, that's just straight hate.
Heat were up 2-1 in the series going into the pivotal Game 4 showdown. Pivotal in the sense that at the time, no team had ever overcome a 3-1 hole in that round of the playoffs ever. A win for the Miami Heat would have been all but the death knell for the Mavericks' title hopes, and D. Wade, along with Chris Bosh, came to
Nowitzki.
play that night. Dwayne Wade, in fact, had a game-high 32 points on 13
Actually,
of 20 shooting, easily
fun
pacing
fact.
not just his Heat
Fun fact. In German, the W is pronounced a V. So Nowitzki.
squad, but outscoring anyone on the Mavericks
My
as
bad.
well. In fact, eventual series MVP Dirk Nowitzki didn't
Oh, look at that. Look,
play
he said
all
it.
that well in Game 4, scoring just 21 points for the game on 6 of 19 shooting. And actually the third option on the Heat and perpetual scapegoat Chris Bosh even outplayed
Scapegoat.
Dirk in that game, dropping 24 points on 9 of 19. All the Heat needed was for the then 27-year-old back-to-back league MVP, who was in his 8th NBA season at the time and making his 2nd career finals appearance, to not play like complete and utter garbage. Check
right.
that. They just needed him to have a mediocre game. Hell, just play a poor game. The only thing the Heat couldn't overcome was the worst game ever played in NBA history. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you LeBron James, who scored 8 points in the game. 8. And look, he wasn't sick or injured in this game. He didn't get hurt halfway through it and leave.
8 points, LeBron? I don't remember this. Obviously, I was a little kid, but I don't. What? 8 points? That was low key, like. Never mind. 8 points?
He wasn't in foul trouble. He played in 45 minutes of a game that ended in regulation.
He went to work for a full-time shift. A full 45 minutes of work. 8 points, LeBron?
in fact played more minutes than anyone in the game on either team. All but 3 minutes for the night, and managed just 8 points. But as is usually the case with LeBron, he saved his best for last. Because even despite the monumental crap he took in his pants in that game, the Miami Heat could all but taste the win in this one, leading by 9 points in the fourth quarter, up 74 to 65 with 10 minutes remaining.
How come I don't know this lore like this?
Couldn't be bothered to score a single point in the fourth quarter. Wade, Bosh, Udonis Haslem, and Mike Miller were the only 4 Heat players to score a point in that final stanza. LeBron, meanwhile, who played all 12 minutes in the fourth quarter, took only 1 shot attempt. The 8 points for the back-to-back league MVP in his 8th NBA season, who many were already ridiculously touting as the best player in the world at the time of that series, was tied for the 8th.
He stunk the stadium up. What the?
Leading scorer in that game, as he was outscored by Wade, Bosh, Nowitzki, Tyson Chandler, Jason Terry.
Jason Terry scored 17?
Sean Marion and Deshaun Stevenson. Oh yeah, and JJ Barea also.
Ooh, JJ Barea. When Andrew Bynum hit him with a hey, or it was Andrew Bynum, right? Or Dwight Howard. When they hit him with a hey, I was so happy.
Scored 8 points in 21 minutes. Again, LeBron played 45 minutes in this game. When the smoke cleared and the dust had settled, that 9-point fourth quarter lead evaporated for the Heat, and the Mavericks pulled out an 86-83 victory.
Oh, nah.
It was that close to a decisive 3-1 series lead and what would have inevitably been LeBron's first career NBA title. Instead, it became the first of 3 consecutive losses as the Heat blew the 2-1 series lead and the Mavericks stunned the basketball world. None of it, though, would have been even remotely possible had LeBron James not played the worst game in NBA history.
Let me defend LeBron real quick. I'm not a LeBron stain. I'm not a LeBron bandwagon, a stan, or whatever. But speaking in present time, you know, we always said that LeBron was in the East. So being in the East, you know, he had a cakewalk to the finals. He came to the West and won a championship. For the Lakers, not even like just a random team, for the Los Angeles Lakers, the best team in the NBA. In addition, he won a championship in the bubble, which is probably the hardest championship ever. You know, people can say it was a Mickey Mouse ring or it doesn't count or whatever they want to say, but at the end of the day, if it was a Mickey Mouse ring, why didn't your team win? On top of that, the Los Angeles Lakers are the 2023-2024 NBA Cup champions. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Oh, that was tough.